acid crack my head. Not too sugar, paint me dead. And I see red.
No.
100 plus through black and white.
All right, here we are, episode 65?
64?
60 something.
Yeah, we're in the 60s.
Uh,
In the 60s on our episode, not in the temperatures.
no, very warm.
Holy
Very warm.
Africa hot.
Tis.
I don't know how they do it. Episode 64.
64.
So yeah, here we are. And it's Tuesday. We're live on
Maybe on Facebook. I don't know. There seems to be a lag. And,
Instagram for sure.
Yep.
Twitter.
Yep. And YouTube.
And YouTube. If we have any new listeners, am Huey McDougal, HughMac87 on Instagram and Twitter. Garrett sitting across from me.
I am at Foulfly on Instagram and Twitter. And so you can find us on Facebook at Garrett and Hugh. I can't fucking change it. I don't know why. It's fucking killing me. I want it changed so bad.
I know.
I just don't know how to fix it. So
They can't just be like change title.
tried that. It was not that simple. Believe it or not.
Thanks a lot, Mark Zuckerberg.
Seriously. You see the pictures of him surfing? Oh,
No.
he fucking complete white face. Like,
Scared?
no, like
Hasn't been outside.
zinc no, it was like zinc sunscreen. Like white.
Oh, so he's like afraid of being outside.
I think so.
He's probably been indoors since March.
Probably.
Jesus Christ.
No idea who that is. Dinata. Nope. Oh, now my computer's ringing. That was cool. George is off the coast of New York.
Did he just comment?
He did.
Ask him if he can smell it from there. Can you smell New York from where you're at?
Can you smell the Rona?
Actually, New York's doing pretty well.
Are they back to doing well?
I thought they were.
I don't know. I've literally stopped listening to any of it.
You're a smart person. But
Especially-
yeah, like New York's being applauded. Texas, on the other hand,
Not great.
I saw a funny meme today. It was, we'll get the Rona talk out in the beginning. It was California, Texas, and Florida. You guys always screw something up,
Yeah.
but you got to believe them. Yeah, so it's hot.
It's very warm.
Today was the last day of it.
Allegedly.
Sunday was oppressive.
It was.
That was. Did you go fishing Sunday?
I went fishing early, like very, very early. And then after fishing was like, all right, I'm not doing anything outside. And then neighbors were like, hey, we're going to do this like low country boil. So it was like.
Speaking of Texas
or
or Louisiana,
Florida. Yeah. Jacksonville. Not really Florida. Sort of like South Georgia.
all right.
But they so it was like corn, potatoes, Old Bay, andouille sausage. They threw in some mussels that they had pre-cooked, but just to get some flavoring in there, and then shrimp, but like whole shrimp.
Like peel and eat shrimp.
Yeah. I don't like to work for my food like that. I will give it, like if I get shrimp cocktail, I'm fine taking the tails off. My biggest pet peeve at any restaurant is if you send it out a like pasta dish with shrimp on it.
and then you got to peel them.
And you got to fucking peel
Yeah,
them.
see,
Well, it's in the middle of my fucking Alfredo. Get fucked, motherfuckers.
yeah, see, if I order like if I know I'm getting peel and eat shrimp, if you order it in a pasta dish like
Mhm.
shrimp scampi or something like that, and you got to peel it, that's
It's insane. It's lazy cooking.
yeah. At that point, I'm not paying for that. I
No.
mean, I don't know, but that whole like, I mean, that's literally a whole meal that I would have just sat there and watched you guys eat.
Hey, Katie Rose is watching. You want to say anything?
Hello, Katie. Glad to have one of our one of our biggest fans on. Nice to have you back.
Oh,
And
sorry.
I will publicly apologize on the podcast for calling you a stalker. I'm not used to having a fan base, and that's where we'll leave it. So I hope you're enjoying Colorado. And
All their bars just got told they got to shut at 10 o'clock because the Corona sleeps.
oh,
So you can be out to the bar until 10, but after 10, the Corona then wakes up and will hunt you down.
gotcha. The Corona's a graveyard shift worker.
Yeah. Third shifter.
See, they were talking about how, don't go to bars, don't put yourself in these crowded situations. I, for one, even when I was drinking, didn't really care about going to bars anymore.
No, I don't want to.
It's just, I guess it's our age coming out. I would much rather stand around a fire or be on a boat or, nothing good comes after dark anyways at a bar.
No.
So, and I got that, I don't know. You see all these young kids like, I wish I want to go out to the bars, da-da-da-da-da. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I could really, really care less.
So,
Oh, West Virginia has the 10 o'clock shutdown time too, according to Grafton. Huh.
well, thanks a lot.
Nice
West-
job, West Virginia.
Yeah. Fucking millennials.
Mountaineers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Sunday we had the little cookout. Hotter than a motherfucker.
Ugh.
It was brutal.
That Sunday was my first Sunday back to work since June, like 1st.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I picked a good one because I sweat. And then I rode around the last 2 hours I was working. I was in an air conditioned loader, and I didn't open the door for anything. I had the air conditioning on wow radio going, and it was about 50 degrees inside that loader. Because those you're in a probably 4x4 cab.
Yeah.
And
nothing's getting in.
But once you open that door,
You lose it all.
and the heat just rolls in. So I got a story.
A story from this afternoon?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to Cumberland Farms at lunch today, and you've talked about this because you've lived it, the diesel pump.
Sacred ground.
So when I went in, there was a lady parked at the diesel pump in her non-diesel vehicle with a diesel truck waiting in line patiently. When I came out to my truck, she was walking in.
That's not good.
The guy in the truck had enough. So he double parked her and brought the hose over her car.
It's the proper way.
And she had a fit, a fucking conniption. And she took pictures of his license plate, and he was just pumping his fuel at that point. Didn't say anything, and she was like that. She was just standing there staring at him.
Yeah.
And He finished pumping his fuel. He hung up the nozzle. He looked at her and said, I wouldn't have had to fucking do that if you had just parked. If you had just gotten in your car and moved.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I don't know why you needed to pull it over my car. He's like, I didn't touch your car with the hose. I even held it up while it was pumping.
Oh, see, that's a nicer person than I would have been. I would have tried to rip either windshield wipers off or not rip them off, but at least we're going to make contact.
Yeah. He was very respectful. I will give him the utmost credit, but he was, and all she had to say at the end of it was, you didn't even shut your truck off while you were pumping.
Don't have to. No spark.
Yeah. I mean, you could have put a cigarette out in that diesel fuel.
You could.
But
you can do it in gasoline too if you're quick enough.
so that brought me, and I was like, that's perfect timing because of the podcast.
Yeah. We just what did we do? Saturday we went out family fishing, which turned into a shit show.
Code Brown on the boat.
No. It was just Liv does not like the waves in the boat.
I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of them either.
But that's fine. But like once you're out there, you
Yeah.
you got to deal with
Yeah.
it while you're there. So worked on that a little bit, and then Saturday night went back out fishing, caught a couple fish, nothing major. And then I got home Saturday night, and I was like, I think I'm just going to tie up some flies. And I tied up like, there's 2, 4, 6, 8 there. Nope, 9. I think I tied like 16 or 18 flies, threw a couple in the boat, woke up. It's amazing. I think we've talked about this before, but I am fucking terrible at waking up to alarms. I've got like 14 alarms every day.
Yeah.
I set one to go fishing.
I've known that.
I set one alarm, and I was actually up before it. Woke up, was like, all right, time to go.
The perfect example. I mean, the funniest experience I've had with that was your bachelor party, where we had to leave at dark 30 to get there, and me and Chad were worried that we were gonna have to drag you out of bed. And we showed up. You were making coffee.
Yeah, I had coffee ready for everybody.
And then we had to hunt for Jeremy in your driveway.
Yeah, he was
8-ball on a ShamWow.
He was missing, sleeping in a temperature similar to this.
Yeah, it actually was.
Tracker.
That was the day I believed I was tougher than the sun.
It's it's not normally a good bet to try and make, but
I lost. And your wife was not happy with me.
she's just gotten so used to it now because that's all I do. Like, I'm not burnt now. Like, I was very burnt the first day. Just go out, tarps off, let's go. Let's just get it cooked. And then
Get a good base.
First night, can't sleep. Sweating.
Oh,
it hurts to move.
Yeah.
Can't do anything. Get the good who is it? It's some like tropical banana or some fucking thing. I don't know what it is.
Tropicana? No, that's
orange juice. It's like tropical something. It's a green bottle.
That's
it's
what
like
I'm spitting into.
yeah, it's a white like a white cream.
Yeah.
Not the gel, not the green stuff. It's like a white cream. Rub that on before you go to bed. When you get up, by that afternoon, good to go. At least in my case. I know other people have had much worse burns, and like you can't like purposefully just like do a 10-hour shift in the sun and not expect to like cry.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm of the school now. Just I don't know. I still believe I'm tougher than the sun because I never put on sunscreen. That's my own fault.
I don't anymore. I mean, I will if I go out like fishing in a tank top or anything, but 90% of the time I go fishing, I'm wearing a fishing shirt, like a sun shirt. And it's light enough. Like I wore one of those on Sunday. As hot as it was the best thing for me to wear. Like they're super light. They're airy. There's someone just rollerblading. Who the fuck rollerblades anymore?
Those
Down 103?
you got to give them credit, man. That's
It was
a
a-
workout.
Girl. What the fuck is wrong with you? Not
Gotta
there's
give-
anything wrong with getting your exercise in, but this is
That's-
not the best road to rollerblade.
Yeah,
on.
you'll get that's a death wish. Yeah, I thought it was cool how you tied the fly the night before, caught the fish on it the next day.
Dude, I couldn't.
That was cool.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've done it a few times with trout flies, but never like been like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out tomorrow and I'm going to go catch this fish. It was always like, oh, this is a stocked fish. It'll fucking eat anything you throw
Yeah.
in front of it. I was like, this was pretty sweet. And then just catching fish all day on them. I was like, all right, well, that was fucking dope.
Yep. No, it's awesome.
But it's been so fucking hot out here. I'm not tying. like,
And
gotta-
I mean, we're supposed to get a little reprieve for the rest of the week, but Sunday's 90 again.
yeah.
I mean, on my way home Sunday from work, I was contemplating pulling over at the lake that's on my road and just walking into the water.
Just that it's a TikTok video. It's like super popular, and it's like when she doesn't want to like be with you anymore. And it's just like a dude that just walks into the water.
I just wanted to walk. I mean, it probably would have been like bath water. But
Yeah.
just anything would have been better than the air.
That's the thing. Like right now, I mean, the lakes are so hot.
Yeah.
Like even, I mean, we were in the ocean. It was almost. Well, there we are.
just wanted to walk.
It was almost 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Up where I was. I mean, I was in shallows, like chasing fish, but it was definitely not your typical. What the fuck? Not your typical afternoon.
I think I had some phone notes. Sorry for the dead silence, folks. We're thinking.
The no, I think I'm gonna try and get out. I don't know what. Oh, I can't tomorrow. Damn it! I don't know when I'm gonna get out fishing next. Probably not
Tomorrow's
till
supposed to
Friday.
be shitty, anyways.
Friday's probably the day, which will be nice out. Saturday
At some point, we should do a live
from the boat.
from the boat fishing.
We could do it Friday.
I may be able to. Seems like I've got something going on
I got
every night.
that's yeah.
Although I really don't. But I don't know.
Well, it's amazing how like one little thing can fuck up like a because like fishing is like all right, that's a time commitment. It's not like hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna go out for 30, 40 minutes. Like is what it is.
I've done more fishing this year than I have in
a while.
the last 10.
Yeah,
Feels like.
that's what you need.
So
Salt heals everything.
I think just even if you don't catch anything, just the sound of the reel moving
Yeah,
is something.
that's therapeutic. And the other reason I love fishing is it's apolitical, which is it's my big thing right now.
Yeah, you don't. Doesn't matter who you are.
It's not like where like hunting you have guns involved.
Yeah,
So then you've got politics involved automatically. Fishing, there's no weaponry. It's just go fish.
yeah,
Doesn't give a fuck who you are, who you vote for. We can just go fish.
yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Fuck it
Yeah.
all. Fuck this election. Fuck. I'm so sick of it. It's just.
Yep.
I would much rather just talk about tying flies and going fishing.
Yeah, I agree. We got any news?
Did you see the news out of Maine? The neighbor that cut his neighbor's house in half,
I
or his
did-
garage. Yeah, this happened in Maine. This is the mainest story of all time.
There was a man in New Hampshire that got gored by a bull.
Hold on. Let me.
Literally tried to grab it by the horns.
Well, grab life by the horns, not the bull.
Yeah, the bull is not the.
Not the.
Yeah. You fuck with the bull, you get the horns.
This is very true. Let's see here. Where is it? Ellsworth. Belfast. Nope.
I guess I had heard about that, but I didn't realize it was.
Oh, it's in Maine. There it is. Maine man saws neighbor's garage in half amid boundary dispute in Dover Foxcroft. Apparently, there was an old man. They built the house when they were gone, or built the garage, came back, said, hey, it's kind of on our property, but, we got a good relationship, blah, blah, blah. Then the relationship after the old man died went downhill. Sounds like kids were being a little assholes. So neighbor then said, all right, well, I'll have 2 surveyors came out. They both surveyed it, put the pins in, and he said, all right, shot a laser level down and took a Sawzall to the garage. And let me see if I can blow this picture up at all. Yeah, it looks just like this.
Oh, well, hey.
So, I mean,
That's a pretty clean cut.
he did pretty good. I mean, if you're going to do something, do it right. And I think he did. Like, I don't know how much time that would have taken.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the idea of it. And then they said, now we're putting up a whole fence because apparently good fences make good neighbors. So, I mean,
Fences just keep the honest people out.
that's that was the best news story I could find. Other than that,
Yeah, there's not much else.
I don't really want to read about MLB's back Thursday night,
Yes.
which I really don't care, but it's going to be something to be on TV.
Yeah.
I'm so sick. Like, I was thinking last night too, like as much like bass fishing tournaments and stuff that used to be on like during sport, like where the fuck are those?
Yeah.
You're jamming MLS down my throat. And while I like soccer and everything, but like, can't we put something on like ESPN fucking 2, like fishing? There needs to be just a fishing channel. Is really what I decided.
There isn't already?
No, well, not on what I have. I've been just watching YouTube videos. It's been fucking addicting. Just go Google a fucking just search on YouTube like Florida Keys fishing or whatever.
Yeah, having YouTube on the TV is a completely different animal.
It's a game changer.
Yeah. Because before watching on your phone just wasn't the same, but now watching it
the Maine Principals Association delayed fall sports until mid-September. Maine Maritime canceled. The NAC canceled all fall sports.
Yeah. Which again, we felt bad for the seniors and stuff in the fall or in the spring, but now you feel bad for them, like football and shit like that.
Well, it's like, and a lot of people have been saying, drop out of whatever schools you're in. Excuse me. Drop out of whatever schools you're in and go to a community college.
Yeah.
If you're going to be doing it from home anyways, why would you pay tuition at like Colby, where it's a private institution, when you could go to York Community College and do your same gen ed classes and then just go back?
Yeah.
I don't know how that goes for school, but
yeah, there's going to be a lot of big schools hurting for some serious dough. Just room and board, and how many kids are going to want to come back? You know what I mean? Why would I pay all that money?
Right.
To
I can do this all online now?
Yeah.
Like, you want to solve the student debt crisis? Here you go.
Yep. Kind of getting what they wanted without even asking for it.
Yep. Kirk's watching while he plays Legos. That's cute. Hopefully Kinsley's showing him how to actually build Legos because we know he's not smart enough to actually build Legos himself.
Which Kirk is this?
Maryland Kirk. Was supposed to be Maine Kirk, but then Corona happened and they're still in Maryland.
Should we tease our guests about our next week's episode?
Tease our listeners about our guests for next week's episode? I got you.
Thanks.
English.
Words are hard. Yeah, so probably our...
Zach, this is a children's show, please. He wants to see a nipple.
Oh. If I still had mine pierced, I'd show you, but that's not going to happen.
Oh,
Can you? That's just doing the math in my head. So give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. That was almost. Figure that was. It was 18, I think, when I pierced my nipples. 18 or 19.
yeah. 12 years.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. They've healed up.
That's good.
Still a little shy about pain and that. Still a little sensitive.
Yeah.
But have you ever had a piercing?
Yeah. I did my upper ear, the cartilage. It's still sort of there. I could get it.
Yeah, my ears are. I could still put.
I
put a paper clip through them every now and then just for good measure.
I could actually put like a hook through it right now. Not a barbed one, obviously.
Speaking of hooks, remember that time I got a hook stuck in a chair in the back of your truck
Yep.
and you reefed on it and it went directly into your fucking
Straight
thumb?
into my fucking thumb. It's like, well, I guess we're not going fucking fishing tonight, boys. We're going to the hospital. I will never, ever forget the look on that nurse's face. Because we were young. I mean, we were in early 20s, maybe.
Yeah. 21, something like that.
And I show up to the hospital. Leah took me.
No, I went with you.
Did you come
Yeah.
with me? I thought Leah was there too.
I think that was the summer Leo was working
Oh, maybe it could have been
up at the
aquariums.
aquariums, and your mom brought us
Yeah, maybe.
because we may or may have not been.
Oh, Boosdy.
Yeah.
Either way, we got there, and I literally walk in with a dual treble hooked striper lure stuck in my hand, and I'm just holding it like in the palm of my hand.
Yeah.
And I walk into they take me back, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to have to, we're going to have to cut it. And I was like, well, do you have to?
Yeah.
And she looks at me and she's like, what? And I was like, well, this is like a really good lure. It catches a lot of fish. Like, I've caught a lot of fish on this lure. Can we not cut it? And she was just like, it's stuck in your fucking hand. And I was
Yeah.
like, I get that. Like, I understand it's stuck in my hand. Like, I understand the situation I've put myself in. But can we save the lure and my hand together? And she was like, yeah, it's a saltwater hook with a barb on it. No.
In all reality, we probably could have cut the barb off and just slipped it out.
Well, no, the barb was in. I
That's
couldn't
right.
get the barb back
it
out.
was past.
We tried. We tried for a while. And
Yeah.
my mother was
Yes,
not
exactly.
impressed.
We had like
My father has dental tools for
Yes.
whatever fucking reason. But I had
we
those
were trying to pull the skin
trying
up
to lift the skin up off the barb.
and back through.
Definitely had to been drinking.
Yeah, we were. That's why she brought us. It's all coming back to me now because I'm pretty sure she said, "All right, that's enough." Yeah, man, we've done some stupid shit. And I think we went fishing after that.
Maybe. Not with that lure though.
No.
She was retired.
Oh man, I think the worst time I've ever gotten hooked was with a sabiki, and there was fish on the sabiki, and I was trying to get them off, and it like just 3 or 4 hooks into the palm of my hand. Those are small hooks, so it's pretty easy
Yeah.
to get them out, but they're razor sharp.
At the immediate happening of it, you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
But then you're like, oh, they just kind of pop
Yeah.
out.
there's no barbs on those.
But yeah, that was bad. My favorite time I hooked myself, I got myself good the other day. You can't really see it anymore. There's like a little tiny mark.
Yeah,
But I took that was a saltwater fly. I just didn't move my arm in time, and the head hit me first, thank God.
yeah,
If the head had missed my arm, I would have probably had a hook like 4 inches into my arm.
Ooh.
But my favorite was I got one in my cheek. Did it to myself, fishing in the wind.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, we'll just try and do this real quick. And it was right after I'd started fly fishing. and it was like coming back, and I was like, the wind was in my face, so it's coming back faster than I expect, and I'm like, oh fuck! Tried to duck, and I just felt it like hit me, and I was like, ow! And I like had to bring out my phone, and I'm looking at myself in my camera, trying to like pull it out because I'm standing in the middle of a river in Connecticut. Got it out.
Yeah. I had a customer.
I've seen some gnarly ones though. Just
not a hook, but a customer last year. He came in the shop. I hadn't seen him in a while. He came in and he had like this line underneath his face, almost like a sunglass mark. Like he'd been wearing his sunglasses all day. I'm like, you gotta take your sunglasses off every now and then. He goes, no. And I was like, what happened? He goes, well, I was underneath the truck trying to fix a plow frame, and he was grinding on it, and he was frustrated. He had a face shield on, but it kept getting bumped off because he was underneath the truck. So he threw it on the ground, and like not 2 minutes after that, the grinder caught and fetched up and
smacked him in the face.
Came back and smacked him in the face. And he was like, I knew I was hurt, but I didn't realize how bad it was. So he finished, cut the bolt that he needed to cut, and got out from underneath the truck and realized exactly how much he was bleeding. And at that point, his boss had pulled in and was like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. So he called 911 and the ambulance showed up, and like he had plastic surgery and all this shit. He's like, that's why you haven't seen me in a while.
Yeah.
Because I've been recuperating from taking a fucking Makita to the dome.
Grinders scary. Grinders and table saws are not really grinders. I respect a grinder. I try not to remove the cards. I try and be safe with them. Table saws scare the absolute ever-living fuck out of me.
See, maybe it's because I grew up more around table saws and stuff with my dad, but I've used a table saw with my fingers so close to the blade that you could just
feel the wind
from the blade.
Yeah.
And doesn't bother me. Skill saws scare me because
they kick back with some force.
Yeah. But I've watched guys I know, like my father and Kurt, and they use a skill saw like I write with a pen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll hold the 2x4 and rip it in half.
Yeah.
It's a power move with the cooler in here, by the way. I like that.
It's like, it's hot as balls out here. I can't bring them out unprotected.
Man just pulls a beer out of the cooler sitting on the table. But yeah, tools can be very dangerous.
I mean, I think table saws is because I know a guy. I worked with a guy that lost his finger. He's just got a little nub now.
Yeah.
It's like this. But what his was, it wasn't cut off.
Yeah.
It was impacted. So he was using a table saw. The blade bit down.
Yeah.
And shot it back.
Yeah.
And his hand was in the way. And his finger literally just got taken off. Like
shattered off.
Yeah. Forcefully removed. And I was just like,
probably would have hurt a lot less if he just cut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like watching that whole thing and like watching his recovery and like him having to like try and desensitize, I was like,
yeah.
Fuck, nope. You know what? I own a table saw. I bought it. $5 years ago. I've never plugged it in and used it. I might as well just get rid of it. I was like, oh, I'll just get a table saw. And then I was like, I really don't like table saws. I don't feel comfortable using table saws. But I have one just in case I need it. It's the stand for my compound miter saw.
I once used a table saw helping somebody do a hardwood floor, and I was running the table saw, ripping pieces, and then the chop saw. And the table saw, the switch didn't work. So the only way to turn it on and off was to plug it in. So you plugged it in, the blade was going.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you got to cut a few pieces and then you got to use the miter saw, you just leave it running. So there was no guards on it. That blade's just spinning. And it's like, man, how fucking stupid are you?
Yeah.
But hey, I've still got all my fingers.
All the digits.
Yeah. I watched my dad nail his finger together with a nail gun once.
I still will never forget Fran what the fuck's her last name? Son was a goalie for the hockey team. Leclaire.
Yeah.
Fran Leclaire. Did all 4.
Nailed them.
Right together.
Yeah.
Had an x-ray. It was awesome. It was 4 fingers just framing nailed straight together.
Welchie was telling me a story. He was working on a job doing the electrical work that another buddy of ours was the framer on. Welchie was in the blueberry room, the porta potty, taking a shit. And then all of a sudden he heard up the door, and there was nails in the door. And he came out, and Kurt was standing on the stage and pointing and laughing at him. And Welchie's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, I knew it was far enough away they weren't going through. So then Welchie taught him how to use wire nuts in conduit with an air compressor.
Yeah.
Into basically a dart, especially some of the wire nuts that have there's like a tack in them. Watch out.
Yeah.
But hey,
I did have you seen the water bottle trick with an air compressor?
mm-mm.
You basically just you poke a hole in the lid of an empty water bottle, screw it on tight, and then you just squeeze it. Sometimes you can have it half full of water and then take it out and it'll kind of fly like a rocket.
Yeah.
Or you just keep squeezing it and it just goes boom. I did that. Wife was not impressed.
One of the landscaping companies we deal with, they took one of those portable air tanks.
Yeah.
And they just, some of them have, for seating tires, they've got a cannon on them.
Yeah.
So they just replace that cannon with a piece of pipe, and they'll put golf balls and shit in it. And we sailed a baseball out of this thing. We don't know where it went. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it probably landed on something and shattered it, whatever it landed on. But it was so far away that
not your problem anymore.
Yeah.
Can neither confirm nor deny where that came from.
I've had a hacker to build a potato cannon.
See, we used to use one in college.
Yeah.
We built one in BJ had one, or we built it. But we used to fucking shoot beer cans.
Yeah.
With masking tape balls. So it was relatively safe. You just make a little masking tape ball up, shove it down the tube, and then try and hit beer cans you put on the top of the completely level and square loft that Chad drunkenly built. But that was awesome. Except the burns on the back of your neck if you didn't fully screw the cap on. It's always a hazard.
Sometimes I look back and I'm like, how am I alive?
There's a lot of things I look at.
Yeah.
And it really, now it's just what can I prevent my kids from doing that I did?
Yep.
Just to make them a little bit safer.
Some of the stories I tell my wife, she's like, I don't know how you didn't get arrested.
Yeah. Which makes me think of something I thought of today, because I have the 2 ingredients now. If anyone gets really bored, just YouTube pool shock and brake fluid. Just, that's just out there for the listeners.
My dad used to drink seltzer water, 1 liter bottles. Poland Spring used to make them in 1 liter bottles. And I would take them, and we'd get bored at my house, and my parents would be away, and we'd fill them, dump them half out, and then fill them up with baking soda, screw the cap on, and then all of a sudden it would you could feel the pressure building, and smash them off the ground, and they'd make the loudest bang and go up in the air. We probably did a case one night. And my dad was like, "What happened to all my water bottles?" And then a day later, he's like, "Why are there caps all over the yard?"
Yeah.
They make a grenade launcher that'll mount on your AR that shoots full soda cans and beer cans.
I've seen that.
Like it's like a grenade, like a military style that
Yeah.
you pull the trigger and boom.
They also make a golf ball launcher one.
Yep. Probably don't need one of those.
I mean,
I don't need one.
so I don't know if it's happening, but I heard rumors that there may be a second stimulus check coming. And my first response to that was just, Uncle Donnie's buying me more guns.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't really want one. Like,
I don't care either way at this point. I would rather have it go back to normal than a second stimulus check, honestly.
yeah. It's weird, though. I mean, we got all the masks and everything's required, and the numbers are still going up. That's weird.
I just got a news notification.
What we got?
A Maine man in a rented Mustang may have a new cannonball record.
Oh, yeah. So that Zach knows that guy. My father talked about that. It was he rented the Mustang, put a fuel cell in it, and did it was fucking crazy how fast he did it.
All right. I was thinking cannonball, something completely.
No, Cannonball Run, coast to coast.
Okay.
New York to California. I want to do it one day. That might be like so I'm declaring this right now. If I ever find out I'm terminally ill with anything, that is my first number one priority. Build a car that I can fly in. And I'm just going. It's going to take a lot to stop me. And if you stop me, fuck it. I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, dude, you got me. This is my fucking send off. This is my last item on my bucket list.
Hold around 130 gallons of gas.
Yeah.
Took off from Manhattan, New York to Redondo Beach, California. Set a new record time of 25 hours and 55 minutes.
You know, the Corona shutdown wasn't good for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what the rental car return people were like.
Oh, because he took out the back seats. So I think he probably had to either ship that stuff and get it put back together.
Yeah.
Or drive back to Maine and fix it and give it
Or he
back.
just drove it to California and probably went to a chop shop and bought new seats and put it in it.
Gotta go south of the border for that. I think the border's closed.
That's true. They're still shipping that stuff up there. The guy who moved my parents back from the moving company,
Yeah.
he was a citizen, but he was telling stories about his brother who was a mule for bringing people across the border.
Fuck that.
He made some serious dough, though.
Well, yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go do it. I don't like bringing groceries inside. I'm not going to bring a person across a border illegally.
Hey, you know what the greatest thing Corona's actually brought?
What?
Plastic bags back to York.
That's true.
No longer illegal. Matter of fact, we're encouraging it.
It's crazy.
Hannaford's back to plastic bags. Apparently, plastic bags don't kill the environment anymore when there's a virus that's killing actual people. It's weird how that works.
You know what is crazy to me is I remember going into the bank once with my sunglasses on, and they told me to take them off.
Yeah.
And now you can't go into a bank without a mask on.
Yeah. Well, the one in York, they do drive up service, which I didn't wear. I don't know if I was supposed to wear a mask at drive up. I figured I'd use the little intercom thingy and sent it.
Yeah.
But then if you needed to go inside to see someone, you had to make appointments.
So the one in Elliott, you could go in.
All right.
And you just, you walk in, and you set your stuff up on the counter, and then you have to step back and stand on a line.
So, okay, this is the only thing I'm going to criticize on this episode tonight, like directly. I've taken shots at a lot of things to do with Corona so far. But my biggest thing and my biggest question would be when the mask mandate came out, it was when social distancing was not practical. So what happened to that? If I'm 10 fucking feet away from you, why do I need to be wearing a mask? I mean, I get it. We can all be safer, but it's like wearing a condom if you're fucking already pregnant or fucking. I just don't get it.
I wish I had the answers too, man.
So it's like that's where I just like, can we just have some common sense in this whole fucking thing? Whatever it is, like, let's just be sensible about it. But there's no sense. It's either you're either a racist and you want everyone to fucking die, or just wear a mask all the fucking time because that's what we're doing now. Like, get fucked. Everyone, get fucked. All of you, except our listeners. You're all great. But I just,
Especially Katie.
yeah. I fucking, it drives me up a fucking wall. It's like, we had these rules. I just have to stay off of fucking Facebook Live, is really what I've gotten. Facebook.
Yeah. It's just, the media is, any media is not good.
No media is good media.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and live my life.
I got a topic for you,
What do
which
you
I
got?
know you'll love. What the fuck is the point in hiking? I know you're not a very avid hiker,
No. Really don't have any interest in it whatsoever.
but neighbor friend, they just went to hike Katahdin today. Or they went yesterday, but they're hiking Katahdin currently. And I'm like, I don't mind hiking if I'm like we hiked when we were in Colorado because I was hiking to go fish. I'm not just hiking to go to the top of something and be like, yep, that was cool. Let's take a sunrise picture or sunset picture and let's just turn around and go back down. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. It's exercise and that's what some people like to do, but it's sort of like,
I guess that's it. Some people just like to hike.
but wouldn't you want to be a destination, like hike to someplace where there's like a pond on top and you can go fishing, or you can jump off of something and fucking skydive? I don't
Instead,
fucking
you
care.
walk up a really hard trail,
And then you
you-
come down the easy way.
or you come back down the same way.
Yeah.
You already know it's going to suck. And then you got to do it again.
Yeah.
And now you have to fight gravity.
You do. Or you just succumb to gravity and here we
Roll.
go. I never understood hiking. Like,
Imagine the people that have the balls and the wherewithal to hike the whole Appalachian Trail.
well, that's just people that don't have a job.
Imagine I'm going to take 6 months off from work.
Just go hike the Appalachian Trail because I want to feel
I'm
like
going to
a
walk
settler.
thousands of miles over mountains.
And like, I would respect it way more if you didn't have drop points and like you were actually living off the land and like do it the right way, bro. Like, if you want to feel like the fucking Appalachians doing the Appalachian Trail,
You don't
fucking
feel like Lewis and Clark?
go back.
You killed that bear and sleep in it.
Use their technology, bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking tell me about you hike the whole Appalachian Trail.
But you stopped at college and drank beers.
Grab yourself a sack of Jawea and head off.
Sakakawea.
Sakakawea, you're right. What the fuck?
Oh, boy. I just don't know what's right anymore. I don't know.
I don't believe there's anything right.
There's two answers to everything. There's somebody that's for it and somebody that's against it. And they both have opinions.
And I'm just here. Make me laugh. That's all I want. Just want to laugh again.
Yeah.
Like when Dave Chappelle's last stand-up came out, not like his all about the protesters and the Black Lives Matter and that thing that he did. That was pretty dark and sort of sad, but also understanding. But the special he did, like, it came out in like January.
Yeah.
Him and Bill Burr both did
Yeah.
ones that were just like, all right, we've had enough of this PC cancel culture bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking send it. And it was awesome. It was like, thank God I can fucking laugh like we're supposed to.
Then next thing you know, we're locked down and we got somebody fucking raising tigers.
Yeah.
I
It's wild how fast the news cycles move. And
oh,
like,
it's crazy.
and like that's why like I try not to get worked up over anything. And it's like,
2 weeks from now, I mean, a month ago, nobody gave a fuck about coronavirus.
no.
Because we were all worried about BLM.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say. And now we're back to, well, you guys are at bars. So that's why we can't do anything. That's why there's no sports, is because people want to be at bars. And, Florida is,
Florida's gonna Florida, man.
and then the other side, like this morning, I saw News Center Maine did a post on Facebook about Kenny Chesney being at a hotel in Maine.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, this is so awesome.
Yeah. And then in the comments, everybody is bitching that nobody in the picture was social distancing or wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Whoever runs the social media pages at News Center Maine knew exactly what the fuck they were doing when they posted that picture.
Yep.
These 7 people aren't wearing masks. We're going to post it because he's famous, and people are going to lose their shit. And one lady was like, and this is why there's going to be a spike in Maine. It's the reply to the comment was, yeah, because Kenny Chesney is going to be the sole reason there's a spike of coronavirus cases in Maine.
Yeah.
Maine's,
Well,
knock on wood, Maine is actually
top 5.
Yeah.
Actually, top 2. Or was. Well, that's where like I just look at like it doesn't fucking matter what we do. And like that's what like at the end of the day, what just ends up frustrating me so much more about this whole fucking situation. And I hate to go back into the corona talk, but it's like I feel like a lot of people that I communicate with have these same feelings where it's like, okay, at first you told me stay home for 14 days. Then you told me stay home for a month. Then you told me stay home even longer, but now you got to wear a mask every time. And now we're fucking 3 months into this and nothing's gotten better. Like what? So trust the CDC. Okay, well that's fine, but everything you fucking told me is just keep restricting me until it disappears. That ain't fucking happening, bud. So if we're all gonna die anyways, then fucking send it. Like I'm at the point where I don't fucking give a fuck anymore. Do I not want people that are at risk to be putting themselves at more risk? Of course. But I think just allowing people the freedom to decide what they want to do, just let it happen. Like,
yeah,
the flu kills people, homicides kill people, drunk drivers kill people.
Yeah.
Everything fucking kills you. Guess what, bud? There's not a cure for this. Well, there's not a cure for fucking heroin addiction either. Well, there is, but nobody wants to admit it. But I mean, fucking drugs have killed more people in this state than this fucking virus, and
that's only getting worse.
Yep. There's a huge raid in Farmington today. Apparently,
Farmington, Maine.
Huge. Apparently, they're targeting. They were targeting illegal grows that were shipping their weed out of state. People are like, oh well, So I read this on Reddit, which Reddit is a really cool place for some stuff. And then I just want to punch every motherfucker that I read their comments at the same time.
Yeah.
Because like there were some people that were like, oh yeah. Let me find it. Main coronavirus mega thread. Nope, don't care. Here it is. So this dude says, where is it? A plant crossed an imaginary line into a place where there are more closed-minded people. He's like, what's your point? Federal dollars are being spent on this shit. A plant crossed an imaginary line into a place where there are more closed-minded people. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't, because you know what? There's laws on the books that say that that's illegal. I don't give a fuck if it's a plant, a human, or a fucking pet. You can't have some shit in other places. Guess what? It's fucking illegal. You don't like it? Change the fucking laws. Until then, shut your fucking mouth and follow the fucking rules. And if this fucking country would just do that, we'd be a lot fucking better off. You know what? There's rules in place for a fucking reason. If you don't like them, then let's work to change them. If you don't want to change them and you just want to riot and burn shit to the ground, go fuck yourselves, take a bullet to the fucking head. I don't give a fuck. And probably got a little off topic there.
I mean, I guess the same thing could be said to us by someone else on the other side of why we don't want to wear masks. It's a rule. We don't want to do it, obviously.
But I'm doing it where I have to.
Yep.
You know what? Is it begrudgingly? 1,000%. Am I wearing a proper mask? 1,000% no, but you don't tell me what I have to wear. I still have yet to wear my welding helmet somewhere, but I'm going to fucking do it one day, and I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it soon, and I'll probably do it on Instagram Live. Because I really just want to walk into a place and just be walking in with the hood up.
Yeah.
Just go to walk in, just wham, flick it down.
Yeah.
Fucking in we strap. Do. Here's my beer. How are you going to ID me now, motherfucker?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Can I see your ID? Yeah, here you go. Can you take your Nope. Sorry, can't. I don't want to kill you.
It's a rule.
This is the rules. I mean, like, and that's where like I get more enjoyment out of things. Like, I'll follow your rules, but it's gonna be on my terms.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, I mean, I'm wearing everywhere I go. The only mask I have put on is my buff.
Yeah.
Like, it's a sun. Like, I can almost spit through the fucking thing. It's so see through.
I wear a bandana.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. You want to make this the mask requirement? And is it helping things? I don't fucking know.
And I don't think anybody does.
No. And that's where, like, trust the people. Well, the fucking people told me at the beginning of this 14 days was going to get rid of this. And then I was told 30 days. So now we're at 45 days and we still didn't do a fucking thing.
And then they said, don't wear masks. Stop buying masks. Only wear a mask if you're sick.
Yeah. Oh, because we need to save it for the people that actually matter. Well, okay. Well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, but then don't come out fucking 60 days into a pandemic and say, oh, now masks are actually a real good idea. We know that you could have, put a piece of cloth across your face this entire time, but now actually do it.
Yeah. So.
But I digress.
Well, anyways, back to teasing people, our listeners, about next week.
Oh, yeah, a little happier news. Oh, Kirk says, so how do you really feel about it? Go fuck yourself, Kirk.
Yeah, next week we've got a pretty awesome guest on. It's pretty tempting to say.
Some may say there could be tales to follow.
There could be, tempting tales.
The Maine woods.
Bud Green Kelly.
Green Bud Kelly.
Yeah.
But you get it.
Yeah, whatever.
Fucking drive a MacGyver.
No line is ever safe to touch.
Ever.
But yeah, so next week's going to be awesome. We'll have a little treat for you along with our regular scheduled nonsense.
Yeah, we're probably we might be live for the beginning part. I don't know. I might have to try and figure out the tech because we've got to record the interview, which I have no problem doing, but I don't know if I can record that interview and then insert it into a live video. I don't know.
Maybe we could do like a watch party.
We could maybe do a watch party, at least on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. It's gonna be cool. But I think everybody, most of our listeners have heard of it. I know we have some listeners in other states, but they'll definitely hear about it and watch it afterwards, and I think they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
We need ideas for other people to interview. So,
because I found by just randomly messaging people, a lot of the times you get an answer back. Well, not a lot of the times, but
I think I'm just going to start sending messages to people that I follow and be like,
You send 100 messages, you're bound to get one back.
There's one dude that I would love to interview.